Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aiden, and in today's review we will be taking a look at my most recent eBay pickup. Yes, another eBay pickup. So in today's review we will be taking a look at the Nike Air Max 1 in the Cobblestone colorway. I know I'm late to the party, this shoe did release quite a few months ago, but I'm excited to get into this one, so sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So just like we always do before we take a look at the shoes, let's just start us off with the packaging. And for this one, like with most Air Max 1s, you just get that pretty boring, bog standard red Nike sportswear box. You've seen one, you've seen them all, you've seen this one. If we then take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the women's Nike Air Max 1 in the Cobblestone worn blue colourway in a UK size 9, which is my personal size. So that's the size label for anyone who wants to see that. There it is. On the inside of the box, we then get the eBay Authenticity Guarantee card. You get this with every single purchase. I'm starting to have a mountain of these just lying around the house at the minute, so I'll throw that down there. Underneath that, here we have the kicks. And normally I would just get straight into the shoes, but I do remember seeing that the actual seller included some of his own details. So we got a handy cleaning wipe. Thank you very much for that. And then we actually got the card of the person that actually sold the shoes. So it reads, "Thank you for buying from SE Soul UK." So shout outs to you, getting a little bit of free promo as well as a quick sale. So definitely appreciate you coming through for this one. But you didn't come through for the box or the packaging. So let's go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the women's Nike Air Max 1 in the Cobblestone colorway. Now when this shoe officially released, I will be completely honest, I did not like it whatsoever. I completely ripped these off, said I didn't like them, said I didn't need them, and didn't even try to go for them. The more I've seen people wearing them, the more Instagram pictures I've seen and everything else, the more I've come around to the idea on these. And fortunately enough, the resale prices weren't too high, so I was able to get these for literally £5 above retail. So I was very glad to be able to get these so cheap. Now if you are part of the smaller foot minority, these are still readily available in a lot of different retailers in sizes from like 4, 5, 6 and so on. So if you are tuning into this video to maybe decide if this is actually a shoe you want to add into your collection, in this review I'm going to tell you everything from materials through to sizing, so by the end of this video you can decide for yourself whether this is something you're going to add to your collection as well. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with, and for this one we do have a pretty interesting selection of materials, from the Safari to the suede to the other synthetic materials seen throughout the rest of the shoe. Adding to that some pretty interesting colour choices. All in all, this is a very polarizing look the minute you pull these out of the box. So if we kick this one off from the front of the shoe and then gradually work our way back, at the base of the shoe on the toe box we do have this very nice beige coloured short haired suede, which actually does have this really nice rough texture. Around the toe box on the mudguard we then have this light coloured safari print, very similar to what you might have seen with some other safari releases, except in a slightly lighter tone. Every time I see the safari print I always think of Atmos, I can't help it, and again seeing it on this shoe is probably as close to an Atmos release as I'm going to get for quite some time, so absolutely loving the look of that. And then also featured on the lateral side of the mudguard we do have this really nice embroidered mini Nike swoosh, and then on the U-throw as well as in the quarter midfoot panel, again we do see more of those beige hues, in a slightly darker tone to what we see with the toe box, and I would say that it's more of a nubuck material on the U-throw as well as the quarter midfoot panel, but all in all absolutely no complaints with the materials. And then in the middle of the midfoot itself we do have a really nice pop of colour with this blue corduroy Nike swoosh. Now on the lateral side the texture is a little bit different to what we see with the medial side, but I think those alternating looks to the swooshes is always going to be a really nice touch, and I think especially on this shoe just looks absolutely exceptional. As we then work our way onto the ankle collar, starting with the top eye stays, around the eye stay itself we do see more of that nubuck material like what we saw with the U-throw and the midfoot panel itself, and then the eye stays have been constructed from this brown TPU material. Onto the ankle collar, again we do see more of that safari print just like what we saw with the mudguard, and then as we do work our way onto the heel we do again see a slight switch up for both materials as well as colour, as the makeup on the heel of the shoe itself has changed to more of like a yellowish colour in terms of this like suede or nubuck material. Replacing that usual Nike Air branding, we then see this green Nike swoosh. I will be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I would have preferred the Nike Air branding, but that's kind of neither here nor there. It kind of just is what it is. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. I feel like I'm somewhere there in the middle. Now when it actually does come to the lacing options, you do actually get a couple different options for this one. Now the laces you get inside the shoe to begin with are done in that pretty nice yellow colour, but if you did want to swap it out you do also get a set of brown laces as well. Personally, I'm going to earmark these for the Ironstones, which we recently did do a review on, and try and get some blue laces to match up to the swooshes. So if you guys can suggest anywhere I can find some blue laces to match it up, do let me know in the comment section down below. And then beneath the laces, we again see a slight switch up in terms of colour, as we do have more of this brown colour within this nylon material on the tongue of the shoe itself. Now at the top of the tongue, we then have this blue Nike Air Max branding on the tongue tab. And as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we do have a mostly all white sock liner. I don't like white sock liners, but I can't really think of any other colour that would have been better, so it kind of just is what it is. And then even further inside the shoe, we do see more blue colours like what we saw with the tongue branding and on the swooshes. And then we do see that Nike Air branding featured on there as well. Now, just to close that in terms of the details themselves, as we work our way down to the midsole, we do have a polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit towards the heel, and it has been painted in this very nice off-white or sail colour. Always love that look. And as we then work our way onto the outsole, we do have that classic Air Max 1 outsole with that waffle design. And there is actually a slight speckling to it, not too dissimilar to what we saw with the Dirty Denims. Almost has like a regrind type of look. Now, in terms of the sizing options for this one, I went true to size with a UK size 9. Even though it is a women's exclusive release, fortunately enough, in the UK, men's and women's size 9 is exactly the same. These do fit exactly the same as any of my other Air Max 1s that I've picked up this year. I believe this is actually the second women's exclusive Air Max 1 we picked up after the Tour Yellows. Both of them fit true to size, so that's the size I'm going to recommend for you. Just go with your natural true to size fit. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know, from materials through to sizing. So if we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say that these are a very solid 7.5 out of 10. Definitely glad I was able to pick them up as close to retail as I was, and because of that Safari print, and because of the fact that I'm probably never going to get any of the Atmos pairs, I'm definitely glad to say that I've been able to add these into the personal collection. I'd love to get your guys' opinion on this one as well, so do let me know what you think of my rating, let me know what you think of yours as well, and if you have any other thoughts, do leave all of them in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, as always, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.